Looking at the top four teams, Mumbai Indians, Delhi Capitals, Sunrisers Hyderabad, and Kolkata Knight Riders, followed by RCB. Those of you who thought that RCB had no chance, they're sitting pretty comfortably right now at number 5. This is anybody's table. Until now, so far, it has been a wonderful, wonderful IPL season 2020 played in the UAE. And as promised, IPL is living up to its hype. So many wonderful games we have witnessed this week. This morning's game was none different. It's been a phenomenal journey and it's going to continue all the way in November. But right after the IPL, there are many series that will be taking place. England will be traveling to Sri Lanka and Pakistan, South Africa. Pakistan will be traveling to New Zealand. India will be traveling to Australia. We'll get into all of that. Folks, thank you so much for tuning into Masala Radio 98.7 FM. You're listening to Fulltoss, the voice of cricket in America. This is your host, Amit. And joining me live from Dayton, New Jersey, my friend, my co-host, my mentor, Amarnath. Amarnath, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you very much, Amit. It's a pleasure to be back on air. Cricket is very much alive at every step.
Indeed, sir. Also in the studio, our co-host, our sponsor, a very, very passionate analyst, travel guys, Mr. Hamid Lakhani. Hamid, welcome to the broadcast.
Oh, thank you, Amit. Thank you for the kind words as usual, and welcome to all our listeners.
It is a jam-packed show today. We have an excellent lineup. We'll start off with IPL matches that are happening right now. I've got two of the best analysts in the United States who can break down every game for you. We have Raghav will be joining us after 7:20, the 7:20 break. He joins us from India, Bangalore, India. And he's got a phenomenal report, by the way. Amarnath and Hamid, I spoke to him in the morning today. And I'm looking forward to his report, but I'm also looking forward to Hamid's report. That's all coming up. We have this day in cricket segment. And our today's profile segment. I am so happy. Amarnath is happy. Hamid Lakhani is happy. We'll be celebrating a career of one of India's finest. Legend ke legend hai ye, Mr. Farooq Engineer. And who better to do this? Amarnath. These are his accounts, and I will love it when he does it. But that's all coming up later half in the show. Let me start you off with Sunrisers Hyderabad and the match that took place today, Punjab 11. When they started out, meaning Punjab 11 started out, everybody was so gung-ho about it. And their batting lineup, KL Rahul doing so well, Mayank Agarwal doing so well, the salute man, Mohammad Shami, something really went bad. And it's not the same team that we all witnessed in the beginning, and they're looking more like paper tigers. Amarnath, what went wrong here?
It starts with Rahul at the top of the batting order. I think as a captain, he lacks experience. That's the main thing. See, when critical moments come, he's not able to control the game. And in a T20 game especially, it's a match of a few moments. And those few moments, he loses control. And once you lose control of the game in T20, you're behind the 8 ball. And that's what happened. And his batting is also suffering, by the way. And all this put together, the captain is struggling and the team lacks direction on the field, not off the field. On the field, the team lacks direction. And that is showing up despite having a wonderful team. You can't expect a better team than this. With the salute man and Shami as their main strike bowlers. And you have got very good batting. You're still struggling at 1-5. Something is radically wrong, and that is leadership.
Another team, Hamid Lakhani, that had so much promises when the season started. I still feel they do. I still feel this is not only on the papers, but on field also is probably one of the best teams that any team can have a contest against, and that's the Rajasthan Royals.
Yeah, Rajasthan Royals. Yeah, they're pretty much balanced, but I think they're trying too hard, and now they are waiting for Ben Stokes to come in. That may put some balance into the team. And then 2 games what Sanju Samson did and Tavatia did, I think everything just went out of proportion, and now everything they expect them to do exactly on every given day, which is not going to happen, because if you see that game against RCB, there was a controversy of Chahal catching Sanju Samson. The ball had hit the ground. The ball had hit the ground, and then again yesterday also fabulously he was out. So coming back to as Amarnath said, and I even said last time what KP said, the T20 is a game of it's an event of every ball. Every ball you got to be so sharp. See today how he got rid of Mayank Agarwal, Warner. He slipped, misfielded, and still won it out.
I don't want to take it away from David Warner here, but I think the person who really got him out is KL Rahul.
Yeah.
Masala Radio Live on air, your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Alice, Texas.
This has to be Yogesh Bhai. Yogesh Bhai, how are you?
I'm doing fine. I think the problem with Kings and Punjab is I think players don't know what their role is.
Ah, that's a good point.
I think, and that comes from I'm really surprised under the Kumble's leadership this is happening.
Mm.
And especially the batsmen are not that bad. They have done the job, but their bowling, like you can see that one game when Maxwell did very well in bowling, next 2 games he didn't even bowl a single ball.
Yogesh Bhai, these are good points. These are very good points. But I guess
All of a sudden they brought him in today in bowling.
the reason why I started talking about these two, because I wanted to also get into RCB and CSK. These 2 teams we had least expectations. You suddenly find them into the middle of the table now.
I think CSK looks like a too old a team now, looks like. And to me, they are not getting the job done.
See, that team was designed to play in Chennai, not in UAE.
Ah,
So that is what has fallen apart.
I've been hearing that a lot also.
That is what has fallen apart.
Hey, Yogesh Bhai, always good to talk to you, man.
Thank you, Yogesh.
guys.
Thank you for calling.
Amarnath, since Yogesh Bhai started, he started on CSK a little bit, and what I wanted to ask you on a technical level, we have all seen. Yeah, go ahead, Amit.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Punjab and then Rajasthan Royals.
Yeah.
The biggest concern I'm seeing here is KKR.
We're going to get to that. In fact, I need a
Biggest
whole-
concern. I every time they come. Yesterday they got lucky.
You know what? I may just take you.
They
up on
got
that.
lucky yesterday.
Amarnath, hold on a second. And I know. Basically, dukti rah pakad li maine abhi. Because him and I were talking about it before even the game started. One of the biggest worries for Kolkata Knight Riders is Dinesh Karthik. Now, when he was asked to make some changes, the only change that I saw yesterday was he changed his facial hairstyle.
But he came down, low down in the batting order.
He did come down low down in the order, but the thing is, you're not going to have Sunil Narayan bail you out in every game. Some of the decisions that KKR has made and Dinesh Karthik has made, he's come under scrutiny a lot.
Yeah, but
I'm surprised to see him
his
there sitting at
bowling
number 4
changes,
though.
Came through.
Yesterday they were literally lucky.
They were very lucky yesterday.
Well,
Remember,
he had
when we were talking, I said this game is already over.
Yeah.
And they just got lucky yesterday, and even everywhere in the media today, even everywhere you talk to any Tom, Dick and Harry, any commentators, they just got lucky yesterday.
I know we have been very critical. People have been very critical of Chennai Super Kings, and there are certain ways that Mahendra Singh Dhoni has dealt with issues and dealt with all the management. Amarnath, you and I have followed Dhoni's progress very, very closely, even before he started playing. Back then, I guess you and I started on air when he went to Pakistan.
Yes.
In 2003. We have followed his career right from the beginning.
Dhoni's time is up. It looks like as a player at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one
Yeah,
good
his
thing
style-
I saw,
his
Amarnath, and I'm sure you noticed it. You and I have talked about it. After the game, what is always good to see is he's talking to other players. Like KL Rahul, and people come to him, go to him, and ask him about the match, analysis and whatnot. And he's teaching all these youngsters now.
And now he needs to take a mentorship in Chennai. And again, I come back again. I'll keep repeating this till the IPL is over. The Chennai team was selected to play in Chennai, not in UAE. That is what has fallen back.
Okay, Amarnath, that's a fantastic point, and you can talk about the same thing for a few other teams as well.
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah. Amarnath can put light to it. Yes.
See, as they say, horses for courses. It happens to be he has got old horses at this stage. And if you're having a dad's army, you cannot play in a sand trap like Dubai,
There you go.
where
Very
you
well
can't
said.
run at the same speed. It's as simple as that. So everything, your fielding, batting, bowling, everything takes a hit.
Amarnath, before I go to Hamid Lakhani, and I know he's got a wonderful report coming up very, very soon. You're looking at Ben Stokes, as Hamid Lakhani said, he'll be coming back. He's
Yeah,
done
he's
his
ready to come
quarantine.
back. He only had a 6-day quarantine.
I feel it's still too, I guess, late now. Or can you think by him coming, Rajasthan Royals can dig themselves out of the hole now?
One man can make some difference, not all the difference. Can make some difference, but my thing is the problem with Rajasthan Royals is Steve Smith. He's not leading the team and giving confidence. A captain has to lead the
True
team.
words.
Take Rohit Sharma and Mumbai Indians. He's giving rocket starts. That is showing up. See Shreyas Iyer. He's leading from the front. In a T20 tournament, the captain has to lead from the front. And that is not happening. Why do you think the Delhi Capitals and Mumbai Indians are doing well? The captain is leading from the... Why is today's Sunrisers did well? Warner is leading from the front. So you need the captain to lead from the front. And that's not happening with Rajasthan Royals or with Rahul or with Dhoni. That's what is the critical bottleneck. And then the neck of the bottle is right at the top.
Hamid Lakhani, I'm going to give you 45 seconds to give me your injury list. Because I have to take a break now.
Sorry?
Injury list.
Yeah, that is a real concern. This injury list, Bhuvi is out.
Yeah, Bhuvanesh
Hyderabad.
Kumar is out, yeah.
First Marsh went out.
Correct.
Saurav Tiwari went out. Now Mishra is gone from Delhi.
Oh, yeah, Mishra is sent back, by the way.
Mishra-
He's on his way to Delhi.
Mishra is on his way back to...
Amit Mishra for Delhi Capitals,
Mishra
yeah.
is back to Delhi. And I think there is one more person which Ali Khan from USA.
We've been looking forward to seeing
We were
him, right?
looking forward to see him. So what Calcutta said, okay, we're not ruling him out. We're going to keep him. We're going to make sure he recoups, and they want to give him a chance. That's why they got him in. So Ali Khan, Mishra, Bhuvi, Michel Marsh, Chris Morris still. That's why Bangalore RCB is suffering because they don't have a frontline bowler, and Kultan Isle is again still doubtful.
All right.
So we got six top guys in the injury list.
Stay tuned, friends. You're listening to Full Toss, the voice of cricket in America with Amit, Amarnath, and Hamid Lakhani. Full Toss show will be right back after
You're listening
these
to
messages.
Masala Radio 98.7 FM.
Thank you, friends, for tuning into Masala Radio 98.7 FM, and you're listening to Full Toss, the voice of cricket in America with Amit, Amarnath, Hamid Lakhani, and our special correspondent who always dials in from Bangalore in India, Raghav Ravichandran. Good morning, Raghav.
Hi, hello, Amit.
How are you?
Good morning, Raghav.
Hey, good morning, Raghav. How are you today?
I'm good.
Is this buzzing noise only I can hear it, or is actually you guys can also hear this
I'm
buzzing
hearing it
noise?
too.
Okay. You know what, Raghav, I'm not going to interrupt you right now. I really don't feel like making you call again. So we'll continue with this, even with this buzzing noise. First of all, welcome. I am so... I got such great reviews from your report last week, Raghav.
Oh, nice to hear.
So what do we have today, Raghav?
Yeah, so today I have the report's title is The Curious Case of Chennai Super Kings.
Curious case.
So now we are. Yeah. So, because we all know that they are the most decorated team in the IPL, although Mumbai Indians have won the title 4 times, Chennai Super Kings on number of matches won overall well ahead than Mumbai Indians. But why I mentioned curious cases, it starts with the auction in player auction 2019. You, of course, no one predicted that COVID would come this year. But still,
when you look at the player auction, not a single person from under 19 team is there in Chennai's squad. That is
Not one player from
Now,
under
Ramla, he's right about that. He's right.
not one player from that, and then not one player from India A, like the likes of Sanju Samson, who was doing very well for India A, then he played for India, so we have that experience. Not one from them either. So clearly they are showing signs of arrogance. Now we can say that they have tested formula.
That's a big statement, Raghav.
Dropping too many players.
That's a big statement.
So
Very well said.
Very well said. Go ahead.
So then, yeah. So I don't know. I sitting from my angle point.
I can feel it, man. We can feel it in the studio here.
So it is a little bit weird if I had to use it. So that's why I started off by saying curious case, because they don't seem to realize that they are an old team. They managed to pull it off in 2018. So we cannot blast them completely left, right, center by saying this team is they deserve to lose and all that. But look at the team on paper. They're a one-man army. If Fab du Plessis didn't play in the first game, there have been 4 losses now. That would be 4 out of 5. It will be embarrassing from a IPL point of view, actually, not only CSK point of view, because CSK is a big part of what IPL is as a brand now. Is because of CSK, and they're crazy and emotional fans. So I know many of them personally as well. So very sad to see.
Maybe that's why you're rubbing it in.
They are.
I can feel the agony coming out.
I think he's doing it on purpose today, so he can rub it in. That's why Raghav is doing it today. Hey, Raghav, that's a great reporting, man.
Great reporting, Raghav. Great insight. Very good
Very nice,
insight.
very nice, Raghav. Very nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
And I think some of the points that you made about the selection of the scouting of 2019, right? Yes, you do have a valid point.
Yeah.
There's not a single person from the under 19. I agree with you everything that you just said.
And the arrogance part.
Very true.
Yeah, all right. One more
I was
point.
thinking-
Hey Raghav, I would be careful, man, walking around now in Chennai and Bangalore. Okay, हम लोग इधर बैठे, तू उधर बैठा है.
So I would say more than arrogance, it's a matter of being complacent. Apart from arrogance,
agree.
they have been very complacent.
Right.
Raghav, good job as always, and always good to have you on the show.
Great having you, Raghav. Great
Have a good day,
insight.
Raghav.
You have a great day.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
So, well, he has the youthful view of the Chennai team and called them
But
arrogant.
you know something, Amarnath. I think this is. By the way, before I move forward, Nitin from Roxbury, New Jersey, just a big hello to you, and hello from the Fulltoss crew. That's what he's saying. Chennai Senior King CSK, and
Chennai Senior King.
Senior Kings,
Oh,
right?
that's good.
Point proven. Is the way IPL is shaping up now. I guess what Raghav is trying to say and what we've been trying to say here is, it's the under 19 players. It's your domestic players who've been doing so well. Look at Nagar Koti. Look at Shivam Mani. Then you go to Rana. Even though he's not a debutant. Speaking of debutant, Hamid Lakhani. In the beginning of the IPL, you have zeroed down to 2 of the debutants. I wanted to get a progress report, like a health report on both of them, to see how they. But before you do that, remind our listeners your 2 picks.
See, Devidat Padikkal I picked from RCB.
Oh yeah, Devdutt Padikkal, yes.
And he's got the nod from G.R. Vishwanath.
Right.
And G.R. Vishwanath gave a nod to Rahul Dravid and KL Rahul.
And who's the
also.
second one?
And the second one is Ravi Bishnoi.
They're both
This
doing
guy
so
has
well.
guts. This guy has guts. You see what he did
3
today.
wickets today.
You see what he did today. First over, he gets hit for 18 runs.
Yeah.
And then he comes back and he takes 3 wickets, 29 runs.
Yeah.
See the guy's guts. He knows he's at the losing end, but doesn't lose heart. And I don't know if you remember the other day, he was playing with Chennai. He came round the wicket and Watson is asking the umpire, what is going on here?
Actually, Watson was so agitated. He was so
He was
agitated.
so agitated. So this guy, Ravi Bishnoi, I'm telling you, man, this guy has guts. And
Even Padikkal, good choice.
Devidat Padikkal. And
Devdutt Padikkal.
Devdutt Padikkal. He's already got 350s.
Yeah.
And Bishnoi has already got about 6 6 wickets already. So both these debutants whom I selected.
One of RCB's, yes, we talk about, hey, listen, when you talk about batting, if batting is an art, then let me tell you, my friends, ABD is Picasso.
He's
right?
Picasso. Obviously.
yes.
It's
No
pretty
doubt
much
about
safe
that.
as that.
Pretty
But
much safe.
but if RCB is today, the reason why they're there today is because of Padikkal and his innings.
Particular, obviously.
He has given them on those crucial matches, given them a beautiful start.
Beautiful start.
That's
Beautiful start.
it was the innings was built on.
If Particle fails, RCB fails.
That's
fails.
what I wanted to say.
And his confidence is so high after getting that nod from GR Vishwanath. That's a core validation. GR Vishwanath here.
Yes, indeed. Hey, that's a good reporting, man.
Amarnath will
That's a good
validate that for Vishwanath.
Absolutely.
All right. I know we talk. I'm going to take a break from IPL just a little bit, Amarnath, because I want to also bring you and our listeners up to speed on what is happening beyond IPL. India will be touring Australia, and the news that I have, gentlemen, is the team is expected to travel straight from UAE directly to Australia.
Straight to Australia.
And so there's some quarantining issues, that BCCI and Cricket Australia have worked on. But then along with that, there's also a tour of Pakistan, Zimbabwe, and New Zealand. They're supposed to be played
They're going
in Pakistan.
to New Zealand. No, they're going to New Zealand.
एक और पाकिस्तान में series हो रही है.
Correct, yes. there
Right.
is.
Before Pakistan goes to New Zealand, there's a series
Yeah,
that's supposed to happen in Pakistan.
Who's traveling? Who's going to Pakistan?
New Zealand and Zimbabwe. For T20
wonderful.
for T20
For
series.
T20 series.
And also some 3 ODIs, I believe. And I'll give you all those details next week. I don't have all those details right now, but this is supposed to happen 30th of October, around that time. And then England, they were slated to go to South Africa. They were slated to go to Sri Lanka and India. Now the interesting thing, Hamid Lakhani, the reason why I brought this up is BCCI and ECB is looking into having this tournament in UAE.
Yeah, I heard that part, yes.
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 They want the exactly. But Sri Lankan authorities are working with ECB, and very well we could be seeing a bubble kind of an environment down in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
But the most interesting thing is, and this is for you, Amarnath, Cape Town. England will be traveling to Cape Town. They will be holding all the matches there, and maybe 1 or 2 matches in Par or other cities.
Oh, but
Cape
Town
Town.
will be a great place to watch.
So these are some of the matches that are coming up. Australia Test match. India will be making their first, I guess, match. They're playing with the pink ball. Hamid Lakhani, is that
Yes.
right?
No, they start with the T20s, then the one
But
day.
the Test matches.
Yeah, and Test match, Adelaide.
Adelaide.
They start in Adelaide.
The first match will be the pink ball.
The pink ball, yeah. And then traditional Boxing Day, New Year's.
Now, this
At Melbourne.
England series is actually supposed to happen after the Australian series from between January and March.
Yeah.
That is what it is. And so far, it seems like Ganguly is up for it and he's on for that thing. And if you ask me right now, at today's date, I think it's probably going to happen in the UAE.
There are too many matches coming up. Because then they have to even get the World Cup Super League. They got to get the Test Championship in June 2021.
exactly.
Test Championship final.
Exactly, that's the final.
So everything has to come in its place.
Amarnath, last week I've got a fantastic response from our listeners. I've got so many text messages about what you and I had discussed about the domestic structure back home in India, about the Ranji Trophy. And I just wanted to let you know that a lot of people were listening and people really appreciated us talking about it. And your point about the way the tournaments are being held. And I guess the common thing that I heard from folks, Hamid Lakhani, is yes, people agree that there should be something like foreign players coming in. It will give a boost to the tournament, and it's a big money maker.
A big money maker. They need to build up the brand across, not just at the test level, but at the next level also. Build brands appropriately. You have got a good product, basically.
Hamid Lakhani, I'm going to bring you back to IPL now because I know you have prepared some more reports. So what do we have right now from you?
We got the dark horses.
Go for it.
I picked, remember, Nicholas Pooran from Punjab 11.
Yeah, today he played so well, right?
See, now he's coming and the great catch he had. And plus,
that was a beauty.
And today, if somebody would have stuck with him, this guy, 37 ball, 77 run, and he went out, ran out of players.
He had a 16 ball, 50 run.
16 ball, 50. Yeah, so see, this guy is a real match winner. So as we were discussing, Punjab they have to have some kind of balance right now. And as Amarnath said, that K. Rahul is failing as a
One of the observations that I also have, and I'm going to put it to both of you, for the last 2 matches, he's not keeping.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
keeping,
fielding on mid wicket,
he sees the game.
He's fielding
very
on mid wicket or mid on. I don't agree with that. I just don't agree with that.
You had 3 wicket keepers playing today, by the way.
Yeah, three wicket keepers playing. Yeah, correct. And then the second dark horse was
this guy.
Gale and
Simran. Yeah, and then second dark horse Abdul Samad.
Oh, what a player he is!
Yeah, he's been getting selected. He's already played about 5 games, and you see him gradually. He is coming up. He is coming up gradually. So hopefully, in another 2 weeks, we should see another Pidikal type or Puran type.
Moeen Ali was Moeen Ali on your list?
Yeah, he was on the list. He's only got 1 game.
Yeah,
only 1 game. Just 1 game till now. And I'm glad Tyagi got his selection, and other there are Kolkata Knight Riders. Only Kamlesh Nagargoti got his debut with. Otherwise, Ali Khan and Tom Banton is still sitting.
He's still sitting. All right, good report, Hamid Lakhani. Amarnath, we're talking about Rajasthan Royals, and historically they have done really well in terms of promoting youngsters and bringing in the fresh blood. They have always stuck to that model, right? Even now, also, if you really see that their team, it's very much balanced. I still feel that on paper, this is probably the most balanced team.
There's no doubt about the quality or talent pool which Rajasthan Royals always manage to put up. And you have to credit, one person. It is Shane Warne.
Of course, it is.
Shane Warne brought that.
I agree with you 100%.
Philosophy. He brought that philosophy of promoting young stars. Jadeja came up entirely because of Shane Warne. He used to call him a rock star in his younger days. And so once you have a captain who believes in young players, but the captain has to make sure that everybody performs to their potential. And there's nothing like success. Success breeds success. And for that to happen, you have to have a captain and a few key players taking the lead at crucial moments and turning tough times into victory. Like, remember that victory against Rahul, Tewatia scored unbelievable runs.
Right.
Let's see
So
if tomorrow.
you need some more moments like this. Whether they can pull it off, the 8 ball is against them. I don't expect them to, but they can definitely play the role of spoilers.
That's what I feel. That's what I feel is going to happen now.
Who have nothing to lose. They start playing well, and they spoil the chances of other teams. Rajasthan Royals can play the role of spoilers.
Let me come to you first, and then I'll go to Hamid Lakhani. One of the changes that the Kolkata Knight Riders made yesterday was promoting Rahul Tripathi up the order when he was with Pune, and he did a wonderful job. He scored tons of runs. And that's batting.
No, he played brilliantly yesterday.
And that's where he really is best suited. And finally, the Knight Riders made that change yesterday. Little too late. We don't know right now, but that change has been made.
I don't think it's too late. I think KKR is very much in the hunt for a player.
Your boy Benton is still sitting.
I am surprised. See.
He's not on injury list, is he?
No, he's not. But see, the playing 11 is so tight with KKR. But again, even with that, they are not using the resources to maximum. If you ask me, captain should be Morgan.
Right.
Captain Morgan. No doubts. He should be coming at number 3. Tripathi is an opener. You cannot bring him at number 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And Russell has to come at 6 or 7.
Well, listen, right now they're sitting very comfortably at 4. Let's see how long they sit there. I have to go take a break in about 10 seconds. When we come back, we have This Day in Cricket segment coming up and our profile. Stay tuned, friends. You're listening to Fulltoss, the voice of cricket in America with Amarnath, Hamid Lakhani and Amit right here on Masala Radio 98.7 FM.
On our new and improved iPhone app now plays in the background while you text and surf. Download free or bajate raho.
You're tuned into Masala Radio, 98.7 FM. It's so spicy.
You're tuned into Masala Radio 98.7 FM and you're listening to Full Toss, the voice of cricket in America. The Full Toss crew, Hamid, Lakhani, Amarnath and Amit, welcome you back to the last leg of Full Toss. And this next segment is brought to you by Amir Ali Doria, Life Insurance Month. And life insurance offers a man the only way where he can make, before he makes his money. That's Amir Ali Doria. And want to thank him for powering this segment. Amarnath, are you ready for this young cricket segment?
Always.
Oh boy, he's always ready.
Always ready.
Hamid, Lakhani, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Born October 8th, 1928.
1928.
October 8th, 1928. One of
Okay.
Australia's greatest batsmen to have born.
28 means he played in the 50s.
Elegant left-hander who remained, he was 19 years and 121 days old when he scored 153 against India in Melbourne.
Okay, that is Neil Harvey.
It is Neil Harvey. What was the giveaway here, sir?
And by the way, Neil Harvey, I read his autobiography. He was inspired by Lala Amarnath.
Wow.
Lala Amarnath scored 228 against Victoria in the 47-48 tour. And he said he was fielding at covers, and he said he learned the art of cover driving seeing Lala Amarnath's batting.
Cover drive.
Wow.
No doubt.
Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. Let's go to another birthday. And I have to be careful now here. I have to be very, very careful. इनको सब पकड़ लेते हैं यार
एक सेकंड में पकड़ लेगा
एक सेकंड में पकड़ लेते हैं ये. Okay. Born October 8, 1985.
1985.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who started his international career with a first ball duck in an ODI against Sri Lanka. And this is a Pakistani left-handy, by the way, lefty.
Pakistan left-hander.
Pakistan left-hander. But more than
85 means he must be still playing. Who knows?
He is. He definitely is. And he made it up for that duck when he scored 168 on his test debut 2 years later against the same side, Sri Lanka. But, he's always been on and off. And for some reason, the selectors haven't been really blessing him with his selection. And that is Fawad Alam.
Ah, yes.
I've been talking about Fawad Alam.
He still plays.
He's still-
You got that right. He's been in and out of
Yeah.
the team.
If you remember,
But
Amarnath.
Yes.
He just got recalled in the third test match.
Yeah, he did. Remember when Pakistan went to England, that's the first thing I said. Why aren't you playing Fawad?
Fawad Alam. Yeah.
Fawad Alam. All right, I'm going to take you back in the history now, Amarnath and Hamid Lakhani both. This happened in today's day in history. October 8, 1969.
Okay.
India got a dose of their own medicine in Nagpur. What happened in Nagpur that time?
India lost to New Zealand. Yeah. We got thrashed in that test.
Yes.
Headley Howard took the wickets and we were bundled out in the fourth inning.
40 minutes lage, sir. Hamid. It only took 40 minutes.
Yeah, I have some very
So,
vague memories.
1969, I remember that test, second test, and Dowling's team, G.R. Dowling was the captain for New Zealand, and Patowdy was captaining a new team of India.
Yes.
And we performed miserably.
It was a bad day in the office.
It was, actually.
Consolation देना है अपने आप को.
क्या बात है यार, Hamid Lakhani. Seriously? All right, you know what? I'm going to give you one more birthday, Amarnath. Okay? Born October 8, 1872.
Oh my God, that yeah, a little ahead of my time.
He would always pray before going into bat. And even at the wicket.
Some minister.
Huh?
Mazi some padri.
Yeah.
Some reverend.
He was a Methodist too. You are right. You're right, Amarnath. He did. I'm reading it. He even prayed on the wickets on many occasions. And apparently one time he made Walter rarely consider reporting him to MCC. He's only played 3 tests, by the way. But he was an outstanding wicket keeper who made almost 20,000 first-class runs with Leicestershire. but he passed away in Edmonton, London in 1946.
Okay, interesting. So there are quite a few reverends who have played for England, by the way.
Yeah. Name few.
The Reverend David Shepherd played Test cricket.
Okay.
David Shepherd, I remember the Empire.
Albert Knight, who's who I'm talking about, by the way.
Okay, Albert Knight.
Albert Knight. Yeah, David Shepherd, I didn't know that, by the way.
And Reverend David Shepherd.
And
Yeah.
I'll come back to the Nagpur test, what happened that day.
Okay.
Why we got
Definitely. I have one more and I'm going to do that. I'm going to give it to you, go back to you. This is, both of you know this, by the way. This happened in today's day, October 8th, 1997.
Okay, 1997 is.
It was a
not too far back.
frustrating day for South Africa and Rawalpindi.
Rawalpindi. Okay,
Yes.
they would have been on a leather hunt, I'm sure.
Yes, indeed. And there were two debutants on that day who both scored century, by the way.
Okay, one was Azhar Mahmood. And
Yes,
the other guy,
yes.
I can't remember the other guy. One was
Ali
Azhar Mahmood.
Naqvi.
Ali Naqvi.
Ali Naqvi.
Wow.
Yes,
He was an
the-
opening bat. He didn't last very long.
No,
by
he
the
did
way.
not. He did not.
Huh.
But they both
Azhar
scored
Mahmood,
century.
I remember.
By the way, Azhar is still coaching, and he's been a wonderful coach even for England now, right?
For England, yeah,
He
absolutely.
coached even Kings 11 Punjab.
Yeah,
He used to coach Kings Punjab also.
All right, Amarnath, I wanted to give you some more time to talk about our profile segment. We're talking about a player today. Just want to remind our listeners that every week we do a segment called the profile segment. And this is our way of celebrating a career of a player or an umpire or an administrator, anybody who's associated with this wonderful sport that we all play and love. And in today's profile segment, it gives me an absolute honor that we'll be talking about one of India's finest, he's a legend of legends, right? I mean, if I have to say this.
Oh, yes.
And we'll be talking it will be Amarnath, who will be talking about Mr. Farooq Engineer. Amarnath, the mic is all yours.
Thank you very much, Amit. I really look forward to it. One of my favorite cricketers of the 1960s was Farooq Engineer. You can name any kind of adjective: swashbuckling, dashing, debonair, devil-may-care, a daredevil. All this was represented by Farooq Engineer. He was one of the truly one of a kind. And it took some time for him to develop into that kind of a player. I remember right from his first test, which he played for India in 61-62 in the Kanpur test against Dexter's team. He came in and made his debut. And he kept wickets to the great Subhash Gupte. I don't know how many people remember Subhash Gupte.
Right.
He was India's finest leg spinner, classic leg spinner. We have not produced a classic leg spinner like Subhash Gupte even today.
Yeah.
And he kept wickets, and Subhash Gupta took 5 wickets, and keeping wickets to him was Farooq Engineer in his very first test. And he cemented his place slowly, and by the final test, he started scoring runs also, not just keeping wickets. He scored a good 60 in the fifth test, which India won. In that test series, he went to West Indies. So we are very keen to see how he would do. It was very interesting to see at that time there was a contest between him and Budhi Kundaran who would be the wicketkeeper. It was highly competitive. Even in West Indies, Farooq Engineer was there for 3 tests, Budhi Kundaran was there for 2 tests. And once he came back, I was watching his career, and in between he lost it to Kundaran. But then in 66-67, he reinvented himself as an opening batsman to differentiate himself from what he was earlier. He came as an opening batsman against Sober's team. He almost scored a century before lunch against West Indies, 94 in the Madras Test. He scored 94 against Griffith, Hall and Sobers.
Wow.
And Gibbs.
Yep.
Such a potent
Farooq
attack.
Engineer, man.
That's Farooq Engineer.
Farooq Engineer scored 94 before lunch and scored a century after that. And when we went to England, in the Leeds test, he and Wadekar had a brilliant partnership for the second wicket, and he scored about 87. So he always scored with what we would call today with a very high strike rate. Now we talk about Sehwag, we talk about other dashing opening batsmen. He was the original Sehwag. He never really believed in defending.
Yeah.
He took the fight to the opposition. And he always batted with such tremendous authority. Whether he opened the batting, came middle order. So I was all eager to see Engineer in the Chennai Test, which I was physically at Chepauk in 1969, December 24th. And I got to see Engineer play that match. And I was not disappointed. Prasanna was flighting the ball to Paul Sheehan, a middle order batsman, tempted him out. He lost his balance for a fraction, and the bails came off in a flash, thanks to the wicket-keeping of Farooq Engineer. He was a very flamboyant wicket-keeper. He didn't need too much of a time to take the bails off. Prior to Farooq Engineer coming, it was not considered very normal for wicket-keepers to take catches on the leg side. They would leave it to the leg slip or something of that sort. He was such an acrobatic wicketkeeper. He used to take so many catches down the leg side. He brought that tradition of taking catches on the leg side for a wicketkeeper. Then he should have become captain after Pataudi. But then fates ruled against him. Vijay Merchant didn't like the fact that he was playing for Lancashire League and Lancashire and didn't play for Bombay. He was never forgiven for not having played for Bombay during that season. So he was dropped for the West Indies tour of 71, and that's how Wadekar became captain. Normally he was the senior most after Pataudi and he should have become the captain. But since he was not playing for Bombay, he was dropped for the West Indies tour. And of course, Wadekar won the series. But then guess what? Wadekar said in England he wanted Engineer specifically. He told Merchant, you might make me captain, but I want Engineer for the test matches. And guess what? In the final test at Oval, who was there when the winning runs were scored? It was Engineer. When we had to score 173, he scored 28 not out. And in the first innings, he scored 59, which was very crucial in India winning that match. I again got to watch him in 1974-75 against West Indies. And that match India won. He kept brilliantly against the West Indies. He has kept wickets against fast bowlers, against spinners. And now you may ask, when did he keep wickets against fast bowlers? You might not know. He was chosen twice as the rest of the world wicketkeeper.
Oh, I really didn't know that.
In 1970, when South Africa was not allowed to tour England, they were disinvited. Rest of the world team, captained by Sobers, toured England. And who was the wicketkeeper? Whom did Sobers choose as the wicketkeeper? It was Farooq Engineer.
Wow.
And then same way when South Africa didn't go to Australia, the rest of the world team went. Gavaskar also went in that tour. The wicketkeeper was again Farooq Engineer. Farooq Engineer was of that high quality a wicketkeeper. He brought in that concept of a wicketkeeper batsman, wicketkeeper opening batsman. He was the Gilchrist before Gilchrist.
Kya baat hai?
Oh yeah. Way beyond time.
So he was the Gilchrist before Gilchrist. He was such we are talking of multi-million-dollar IPL stars. He would have been one of the multi-million-dollar IPL stars of today.
Of today.
Okay. Yeah. And he never held back his opinions. And
he was very vocal.
Very vocal in expressing his opinions. But there was a very mischievous side to him. Yeah. He was Shashi Kapoor's classmate, by the way, in school.
Okay.
And they were busy chatting in the class, and when Father McLaren caught them talking, he took a duster and flung it at them. And guess what? Engineer caught the duster in front of Shashi Kapoor's face. And he told Shashi Kapoor, if I had not taken that catch, you would have been getting only villains roles. So he had a very humorous side to him throughout.
That's incredible, man.
Incredible. But I do remember, handsome, debonair, flamboyant, He was too good. He was too good what he did. Yeah.
What a phenomenal tribute, Amarnath.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you
Amarnath.
so much, Amarnath.
Thank you, Amarnath. I hope someday Farooq Engineer gets a chance to listen to this clip.
Yes. Well, I really hope
He
so.
brought so much of joy
yes.
to all of us.
Very good.
Wow, man. The thing is, Amarnath, and Hamid and I, we always talk about this. When you're doing your tribute, we actually become listeners.
Thank you
We
so
do.
much.
We do.
I to get enlightened.
Yeah. And some of these things even I didn't know that, Amarnath, and it just still enlightens me as Hamid Lakhani said. Amarnath, thank you so much for that
Thank you,
wonderful
Amarnath.
tribute.
Thank you very much, sir.
Before I wrap up, I want to quickly go to you, Hamid Lakhani. You had some comments about the Nagpur test, right? You said you had few things to talk about. Go ahead.
just humor of the day. When these things happen in cricket, when we were back home,
Right.
What we should say, शाम को पार्टी में ही जाना है. अरे जल्दी करो. Movie देखने जाना है. So there's something, I think some party was getting organized and everybody wanted to attend. So that's why everybody started getting out.
Hamid Lakhani.
Some humor for the day.
All right, tomorrow a marquee game coming up right
tomorrow
now.
Great game.
And I know even though this team is still at the dumps, I mean they're so at the bottom of the barrel. You can never write off Rajasthan Royals playing against the Delhi Capitals. Hamid Lakhani, let me go to you first. Your pick for tomorrow's match.
Tomorrow's match, Delhi will go for the kill. They don't want to see Rajasthan coming in the playoffs. So they will make it a point that they remain below. See, now everybody's already played 6 games.
Yes.
Got another 8 more games to go. So now what will happen? The top guys will try to make sure to kill these teams so that way they don't get faced. As just Amarnath said.
Spoilers.
Right? Yeah, so they want to kill them right now. Just like how Sri Lanka killed India in the 2007 World Cup.
Delhi boy, Amarnath.
Delhi boy.
Your pick for tomorrow.
I have to go with Delhi, but
Surprise.
I'm always afraid of the Rajasthan Royals playing the role of spoilers. Yeah. So Delhi's work is cut out for them for tomorrow.
It's going to be a cracker of a match, and if Rajasthan can really buck up tomorrow, we're looking at it.
They've really balanced their team. I'm telling you, Mumbai and Delhi. They have really balanced their side very well.
Oh, where are they playing? They're playing in Sharjah. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Sharjah.
Tevatia.
So that's what they were saying. Tevatia and Sanju Samson, can they do the magic?
We gotta go, guys. We have to go.
They got Rabada. They got the Rabadas.
अगर मैं बंद नहीं करूँगा ना शो तो ये दोनों मुझे 2 दिन तक ये रखे रहेंगे.
They've got the Rabadas on the lineup.
Hamid Lakhani, you're awesome, man.
Thank
Your
you,
reporting
sir.
was absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you. I try my best.
You have added so much of value to this Fulltoss team by becoming a part of this team. So thank you so much, Hamid Lakhani.
Sir, I always say it's a privilege.
Amarnath, it's been pleasure. It's a privilege sharing mic with you. 18 years and still going on right now, and it never gets old.
Likewise.
Never gets old. Thank you, gentlemen. And Virit is next in the studio to entertain you all the way till 10 o'clock, right?
10 o'clock.
Fulltoss Through will be back next Thursday at 7 p.m.
Thank you, guys. Take care.